Very good morning, students. Welcome back to second year physics. Let us today's topic is about a potentiometer. So this question also very important for a like here. See, on this basis, we have actually two questions on the basis of potentiometer. One is we need to find a comparison of EMF of a given cells. Second one is the internal resistance. And come to the point is, sir, what is mean by the potentiometer? So the potentiometer is an instrument or is the device which uses to provide the constant EMF. It is the device which gives the constant EMF, or it is a source of EMF. It is provides the constant EMF, or it is to be measures the potential difference between the 2 points. See, usually it is the principle of potentiometer. Principle of potentiometer is nothing but it determines the potential difference between the 2 points, or it provides the constant EMF. So that it is a source of EMF. It is provides the constant potential difference between the end of the conductor or between any 2 points. So this is the device, and it is also measures the potential difference. Of course, we have voltmeter also, because voltmeter also usually it measures the potential difference, but the voltmeter is measures the potential difference between the end of the conductors only. But whereas the potentiometer is a device, the device can provide or can measures the potential difference between any 2 points, not the end only, it also measures the between the any 2 points. So that is a one small difference. And you remember, potentiometer is the ideal voltmeter. And here there is a major one more comparison is there for voltmeter and potentiometer. Usually voltmeter is connected in the other circuits. Therefore, that voltmeter is, it draws a current, some current from the main circuit. Which one? Voltmeter is, it draws some current from the main circuit. Whereas the potentiometer, if it is connected in the other circuits, therefore this potentiometer is does not draws the current from the main circuit, which is a very important comparison between these two. Of course, both will be the measures the potential difference. Now come to the point is, the potentiometer it is consist of, again say, one wooden plank. See, on the plank there will be some copper strips which are arranged in the parallel. They are lie in the parallel, like I'll show you the diagram. So the concentrate, because now we are deriving the principle. So that there will be copper strips which are to be arranged lied parallel to the one another like this. Clear? So this is the one. So sir, how many strips we need to take? It's not any like you take any number, like you want to say 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever the number you want you take, no problem. So these two are the end of the copper strips. These all are copper, right? Copper strips which are arranged parallel to one another. Let us, we'll move to the next one. It is A and B, you see, right? And these 2 points, there will be a wire is stretched. The wire should be a manganese or constant or nichrome. So there will be a 1 meter it is. Actually, there will be a 1 meter between A and B. But here we need to stress the 10 wires. 10 wires. See, each carries a 1 meter. Therefore, between the A and B, if I take a 10 wires, therefore it is becomes like a single wire. It acts like a single wire. So total equal to 10 meter. That means here potentiometer is consist of a 10 meter wire. 10, or we can say 6, or we can say 8, or we can say like it is a bunch. Suppose you see in the wires in our house, we can see the wires. If you open it, in that also we'll get the bunch of small copper wires. Like that only here also in the potentiometer also, here we can stretch the 10 meter wire, 10 wires. Therefore, the 10 wire act like a single, it is a single wire, it is like a bunch. So that there will be a 10 wires are, it is stretched between the 2 points. Now, this A is connected to the, I mean to say, EMF of a cell along with the internal resistance, and as well as there will be a series resistance is connected, RS, and along with a key. sir, what is the series resistance? It is a key. Series resistance is nothing but we can also call rheostat. Rheostat. See, I'll give you one more diagram, similar diagram, both will be the similar, like it is a and B, right? There will be a EMF of a source, that is along with the internal resistance, and here it is a key is given, this is the series resistance. Yes, both is correct. Series resistance which are in the series, and these points are connected to one more EMF, and here it is a high resistance is connected HR, and it is a galvanometer is connected, and jockey J is connected like this. Yes, of course, here also we need to connect, like, right, from here we connect, because from A is connected, no? Yes, you want to say connect here? Yes, of course you connect. High resistance, and galvanometer is connected, jockey J, like this. So both the diagrams will be same. It is a simplified diagram. Suppose you want to go with this diagram, okay, no problem. Or you want to go with this, also no problem. Everything is same. It is a simplified. It is an internal. It is. No, the here it is. Actually, we need to find actually. It is the construction of potentiometer. And you remember. So what is the uses of potentiometer? Actually, we have uses. Yes. First use is we can compare the EMF of a given cells. If in this potentiometer, they will give you some cells, batteries. So we can compare the cells, EMFs we can compare of a given two cells. This is the first use. And second use, we can say, we can get the internal resistance also. Internal resistance of a given cell. This is the second use. And third use, we can measure the current. We can measure the current is the third use. And we can also measure the potential difference, of course. And it is to be calibrated to ammeter. It is also calibrated to voltmeter. And it is also measures the thermo EMF of a given thermocouple. So like these are the uses related to the potentiometer. Once again, I'll repeat you. First one, comparison of EMF of a given two cells. Second use, we can measure the internal resistance. Third use, we can measure the current. We can also measure the potential difference between the 2 points or the at any point. Not only that, we can also measures or we can calibrate the current, I mean ammeter, calibrate the voltmeter, and it is also measures the thermo EMF of a thermocouple. So like this we have uses. See, out of these all uses, we have only two uses in the syllabus. One we can say comparison of EMF, one more we can say to measure the internal resistance. And before that, here we need to find a, first of all we need to find a principle. Here it is. I'll tell you the principle. Very simple. Actually, we know according to the Ohm's law, very simple it is. Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, right? Actually, there are some resistance are there. It is a capital R wire resistance, and it is a internal resistance smaller, and this is will be series resistance. Of course, here also we have internal resistance, series resistance, and wire resistance, which are in the series. Now here R is nothing but we can say rho L by A. So that here you write V is equal to I rho L by A. That's all. This is the principle. In this you say, here it is actually this complete this one. Which one? I rho by A is equal to, you say some pi is the constant. Therefore V is equal to pi L. That is V directly proportional to L. That is the potential difference is directly proportional to the balancing length. Potential difference is directly proportional to the balancing length. That means here, when there is a case closed, therefore current flow through the complete potentiometer wire, through the given EMF, through the high resistance and galvanometer, jockey is adjusted. So when jockey is adjusted on the potentiometer wire, at a one point this galvanometer deflection source is 0. At one point this galvanometer deflection source is 0. So that point you note as the balancing length. That is the potential difference between these 2 points is directly proportional to length, balance length. So like it is the, we can say principle. It is a one method, we can say it is a direct method, and here another method, alternate method also is there. I will show you because it is also important. You go any one method, so which one you comfort, you feel comfort, then you go with that derivation. So suppose if I go like this, here it is, current is equal to, from Ohm's law only, I is equal to V by R, right? So the V is nothing but a EMF of a given cell. Therefore, you take as the I is equal to capital E by R effective. But what is R effective? Of course, R effective is nothing but a capital R plus RS plus a small r. Therefore, small I is equal to E by capital R plus RS plus small r. This is will be current. Like here we know, according to the potential difference I into R. So V is equal to I will be capital E capital R RS plus small r into capital R. So like it is. Now there will be a potential gradient. It's nothing but a potential per unit length. Total length of the wire. The total length of the wire you say capital L, because between the A and B I am saying. So now we are saying between A and B, no. Therefore the potential difference per complete length of the given potentiometer wire. So potential gradient is equal to V will be capital E capital R plus RS plus small r into capital R by L. This is the potential gradients, that we can say potential difference per unit length. Gradient in the sense is per unit length. So that is for potential gradient, no? So that you say potential for unit per unit length, potential difference per unit length. So this is one, we say equation 1. Now I want to say between the any 2 points we are saying, no, suppose the jockey is adjusted. Now I want to say this potential difference, or you want to say your jockey is adjusted, so you need to get it this between the 2 points, that you say some point C. So between A and C you take. Therefore again potential gradient is equal to V by small l. So because the balancing length is L, no, because jockey is adjusted at a 1 point, galvanometer shows a 0 deflection. Therefore potential gradient of V is equal to P into G into L. So V is equal to this, you write capital E by capital R plus RS plus small r into R by L into rho. So this is nothing but a what we can say I. Look at V is equal to I, R by L is nothing but a resistivity, and L same it is. Look at I rho L by A. A is the area. Here also we can say this I rho is nothing but a constant. Yes, of course. So that the final expression will be V is equal to pi L. So or V directly proportional to L. Yes, you want to go with first derivation, yes you can go. Or you want to go with second derivation, yes you can use the second derivation also, no problem. But the final will be what? The potential difference is directly proportional to the balancing length of the potentiometer wire. Balancing length of the potentiometer wire. This is the construction and the principle. Once again, it is used to determine the EMF, and it is used to determine the internal resistance, and it is also used to calibrate the ammeter, and it is also used to calibrate the voltmeter. Like this we have the uses. In this, out of all uses we have only 2 uses are there, so that we'll see that, right? Okay, this is what it is about a potentiometer, and it is a diagrams. Now let us, I want to say uses. So uses of potentiometer. In that we have only 2 uses, no? That I want to say. First use is the comparison of EMF. See, first use is the comparison of EMF. As you go with the comparison of EMF, first one, comparison of EMF of the cells, given cells. You take E1 is the one cell, E2 is the another cell. Again you draw the diagram. Let us like this. Simple it is. Again you take a copper strips like this. So which are to be connected like in the parallel, like. So it is the point A and it is a point B, and there will be a primary circuit. It is we can call primary circuit along with a series resistance RS and key. This is the provides always the constant EMF. That's what the potentiometer. Now here the given 2 cells EMF, here it is to be connected to this point A. This is one EMF and it is another EMF which is connected along with the key. That's, you say E1 and E2. The key is connected like this. You say 1, 2, 3. This is the 3-way key. And here it is, this is connected to the galvanometer along with a high resistance and galvanometer, and jockey is connected J. So now we need to find the EMF of the two cells. Very simple. Only one thing you remember. Suppose I want to calculate the EMF of a given first cell. Therefore, use 2 and 1 key. So now for E1 I am telling, for E1 EMF. So that use 2 and 1 key. Right? It is LAQs. Very important, right? So they will ask you along with the principle. So now 2 and 1, you suppose if you close it, because we are using the E1, we are not at all using, because it is only open, so that there will be no current flow through the key 3. There is no current, only current flow through the 2 and 1, so that it is internally connected 2 with 1. It is 3 is only open, so only current through the EMF 1 only flows and reaches to the this through the high resistance, through the galvanometer and jockey. Therefore, jockey is adjusted on the potentiometer, wire of length. So at a one point what happens? At a one point definitely this galvanometer shows a zero deflection. Therefore, you note as V actually directly proportional to L, no principle, but we are using the EMF battery, no E1 directly proportional to, you say, L1, because we are using the first battery of a cell of EMF E1 directly proportional to L1, and you go for the E2 battery. That is, you say E2 battery, nothing but what happens, there will be a current flow. Now use the 3 and 1 keys. Very simple. It is for LAQ. 3 and 1. Again 2 is opened, but we are only using 3 and 1. Therefore, there will be a current flow through the 3 and 1, again reaches to high resistance and through the galvanometer, jockey J. So that again it is E2 directly proportional to L2, because we are using the E2 battery and the jockey is adjusted on the potentiometer wire. At a one point, the galvanometer shows a zero deflection. That means again you note down as the balance length is L2. This is equation 2. Now you take E1 by E2. What happens? L1 by L2. That's all it is. This is about a comparison of EMF of a given two cells. Comparison of EMF of a given two cells. Once again I am telling you, say there are two EMF of a batteries are given. Now he is asking find the EMF or the comparison of EMF. Now these two EMF of a batteries are connected to two-way key, three-way key. That means here 3. In this will be three-way key we are using. So that for calculation of EMF we are using the 2 and 1 key. That means 2 and 1 are closed. Here you write, you want to write here 2 and 1 are closed, but 3 is open. When 3 is open is nothing but, is there any current flow through the 3? No. Because here it is open only, no, only current flow through the 2 and 1 and reaches to the galvanometer, and it is reaches to the high resistance jockey, and jockey is adjusted on the potentiometer wire till the galvanometer shows a zero deflection. After showing the zero deflection, then you note as the length, balance length, according to the principle, V directly proportional to L. So E1 directly proportional to L1, because we are using the first battery, and here you go for the second battery. Here you say 3, 1 are closed, but 2 is opened. Open only. Now open in the sense is there is no current flow through the 2, but the current flow through the only 3 and 1. Again the same process is repeated till the galvanometer shows a zero deflection. Therefore, E2 directly proportional to L2. Therefore, E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. This is will be, we can call as what it is, comparison of EMF of a given two cells. So which is very easy, everyone remember, right? So you go through this diagram, and in our material also given, it is a page number 178, question number 10. Question number is 10. You refer there, which is important, right? Now let us, I want to say second LAQ, second point, second one. Now actually it is a comparison of EMF. Now he is asking find the internal resistance. Find internal resistance. Internal resistance, of course. Small r is asking now. So now for this everything is same. So the diagram everything is same. Just here we need to change only this is the situation. Yes, of course. So here we need to find here, no, so that here it is a, you say one key, and here is the resistance box is RB is connected, and here clear. Now there will be a EMF of a given one battery is connected along with the internal resistance. So which is connected like this. Or you want to connect like this also, no problem. This resistance box here, RB is here also, no problem. RB and key. This is the key. This is EMF of a battery and along with the internal resistance, because now we need to find a internal resistance of a given a battery. So that here I will tell you first again, same situation you take as, repeat the same. Now primaries provides the constant EMF because it is a source of constant EMF. So it is provides the constant EMF and it reaches to the both the like this current. But in case of a first situation, we are only using the EMF of a battery. We are not at all using this resistance box. It is only open. Now current flows through the EMF of a battery and reaches this, and through the galvanometer high resistance and jockey is adjusted. Therefore, we may get the E1 directly proportional to L1. Directly you take by using the EMF of a given cell. We are not using the resistance box because there is no current flow through the RB. Through the resistance box there is no current. Now let us go for the second. I mean to say, now the key is closed. You say key is closed. That means now we are using the resistance box. Again same, the current flow through the EMF of a battery also, because there is no key, no. So that through the resistance box current will flow and the EMF also flow. Therefore it is high resistance galvanometer jockey chain. So when key is closed now, there will be resistance box we are using as well as the EMF also. So that you say V1 directly proportional to L2, because again we are adjusted the jockey on the potentiometer wire. Therefore at a one point the galvanometer shows a zero deflection. Then here it is equation 1 and 2. Then you say 1 by 2 you write. So E1 by V1 is equal to L1 by L2. This is equation 3. Actually what we need to find, actually we need to find about a internal resistance, right? So that here we know, according to this, there is a one formula is there, E1 is equal to I into capital R plus small r. Or you remember this? And as well as V is equal to I capital R, it is equation 1. So this, we know these two expressions. Suppose you take E1 by V1 is equal to I capital R plus small r by I capital R. I cancel. You say equation 4. Now there will be E1 by V1 is equal to L1 by L2. Here you go with this from 3 and 4. So that L1 by L2 is equal to capital R plus small r by capital R. So actually we want to find a small r, no? Better you do like this. L1 by L2 is equal to, it is 1 plus small r by capital R, right? This one you bring towards the left. Small r by capital R is equal to L1 by L2 minus 1. This you bring towards L1 and L2. It is becomes a minus. So small r is equal to capital R into L1 by L2 minus 1. So this is the LAQ question, which is very simple. Therefore small r is equal to capital R into L1 minus L2 by L2 we can say. Yes, once you go through this, so which are very important everyone. These two questions are very important, and here you remember, out of these two questions one will be there in the final examination. So one is the comparison of EMF, one more is the internal resistance, to find internal resistance of a given cell, because it is an instrument. Potentiometer is an instrument which used to find internal resistance, and it is also used to find the comparison of EMF of a given two cells. So you go through the diagrams and you practice it today itself without fail. These three questions, one is Kirchhoff laws, along with the Kirchhoff laws, Wheatstone bridge. One more is a potentiometer principle, and in this potentiometer principle we have two uses. One is the comparison of EMF, of course it is very easy, and second one is to find the internal resistance. If you know the diagram, then we can also write in our own way. Read and write today itself and you finish it. Okay, these are the questions related to the LAQs. Clear? So and here come to the point. On the basis of, again we have potentiometer on the base, we have the problems also. So we'll see in the next class, and as well as mostly continuation other one is there, power and Joule's laws. We'll see in the next class. Thank you very much. Thank you.